everyone, so looks like Netflix just released total viewership number for One Piece season 2. Let's check this out. I'm excited to see how much it got. Is it more than season 1 or not? That being said, I did like overall season 2. It did had a lot of action. Like if you have seen season 1 and in season 2, One Piece definitely they ramped up their action, all the scenery and all the location, of course all the characters, they're back. I did like all of them. Personally, I really like this clown character. Every time he's back, like in One Piece episode, I find him really funny. His character is definitely interesting. I also like this concept, this devil food in One Piece series. Like if whoever eats it, everybody gets a different power from it. I think that concept is very interesting. Okay, so let's check it out. What is this season got? Then I'll be talking more. So looks like based on this Variety article, One Piece season 2 got 16.8 million views in its first 6 days, March 2026, following a massive 18.5 million view opening for season 1 in 2023, while slightly lower than the initial viral debut of season 1. Season 2 remained top performing hit, while the high audience score and the strong international retention. Oh wow, this show is actually quite hit in international market, and very impressive, I must say. Like 16.8 million view, it is a good number if I'm being honest. Unfortunately, it didn't reach 18.5 million, and I will explain to you all why it didn't reach its season 1 view, despite having better action and overall very interesting story. Because of Netflix, they dropped the show out of nowhere on Monday. Like one day I was just scrolling through Netflix, and I see One Piece season 2 dropped, and I was like, what? How come I didn't see any ad or nothing? So after watching the show, of course, I personally really like season 2. The biggest problem with season 2 is nothing to do with show, is that Netflix actually dropped the show opposite of this or should I say, this show called The Dinosaur. This show, it is from, it is a documentary show, but it is from Steven Spielberg. And of course, when you have this dinosaur show on Netflix, an executive producer is Steven Spielberg, how can you compete opposite of that? That is why I saw, because a lot of people were checking out Dinosaur, and especially when it initially dropped on Netflix, Dinosaur was number 1 everywhere, because if you have seen Dinosaur show, that show is really good. Like I personally really loved. It had only 4 episodes, but the visually that dinosaur documentary, it's just so amazing looking, and you cannot compare to dinosaur show or movie. Nobody can. Dinosaur is universally loved stuff, right? So I don't know what was Netflix thinking, dropping this show opposite to that. I think there were, Netflix was probably banking on that One Piece season 1 a fan will show up for this and it will be hit. Well, I still think it will be watched by many more people, because season 1 slowly it was hit on Netflix. So I imagine season 2 will be hit on Netflix. And I hear that season 3 was already greenlit, so it's not a big deal if it's not a hit. Although it is a big deal for future season, I guess. If now that I'm talking about it and thinking about it, I think it is important to get enough viewership if we want to see more season of this series. So I personally do like this series, how it takes me to this pirate world. All these people are kind of weird. All of them has this weird power, and this season they definitely up some power level. All these people were showing up with this different type of power this season. I was just like, oh wow, they're really very interesting. That being said, of course, my review of One Piece A lot of people got mad at me for me saying that at first when I was watching. I was just being honest, you know. When I make my review, I am just brutally honest. I'm not like sugarcoating or anything like that. I was just being honest. When I first start watching One Piece season 1, I was not liking how it was, honestly, but as the show went on, I was really hooked. The reason I at first I didn't like, because you know, the Luffy character is really, although the actor did absolutely amazing, I have no problem with him, he's so good in this show. And overall story, it is very entertaining. It's just like when you watch the first episode, because the show is based on the manga, and whenever you are adapting from manga, it can be difficult, you know, what to adapt, what not to adapt, especially fan will not like if you didn't adapt everything. So for the creator, I think they probably faced a lot of difficulties when they were making this show. So you know, Luffy is like really over the top, this character who wants to be the best pirate in the world. And as the audience, when you first hear it, you are like, oh, are you sure, Luffy? Do you even know what is being pirate means? Like this, like also the show, as it goes on, actually it shows you a different side to the pirate world. So that is really, really very interesting. And also, like, I guess Luffy does explain to the audience, you know, he wants to be good pirate, the one who helps people. I think that was quite interesting, as he was emphasizing on that many times. I did like him as a character. I really liked him even in season 2. You know, he grown a lot as a character in season 2. Sometimes he's just so funny. I'm just like, wow. All the characters, honestly, they're really likable. All Zoro, you like Zoro, you like that. What is that? The girl with the color hair, you know, you like all of them. They're really very likable character, and all their backstory is also really interesting. But you know, people will not know if they don't pass watching episode 1, right? That was my point. I never said I didn't like this show, because I do like this show. This show takes me to this world that I really love. That is why Netflix, they did, you know, overall really dirty to this show. Like, why did you drop this show opposite of Dinosaur? Really, really ruined this chance, I think, personally. But still, it did quite good, honestly. 16.8 million view is not bad. But as it will go on, I think a lot of people will check this out. It will be very watch show, or more than anything, it will be liked by people show. And that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this show getting a little less view than season 1, although it still did overall quite good. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out my other videos on other topics. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.